Okay, today we're going to install WCR 848. It fits GM pickup trucks and Blazers. Check our website for full application listing. And this particular part will use a lock strip, and our lock strips will come with a joint cover. And how this works is once you get the glass in, you're going to feed the lock strip into the groove right here, and it'll actually lock in the glass into the gasket. Greg, what kind of tools do we need for this job?
Today we'll be using a set of glass handling cups. We'll also need a couple of types of hook tools. We'll need a screwdriver, channel, locking strip insertion tool, side cutters, some chisel sticks, utility knife, glass cleaner, and towels. We'll also need safety gloves and safety glasses. The first step is to remove the wiper arms. Now these wiper arms are spring loaded, so what we're going to do is the technique is to level them out and pry up on the far end to remove it from the wiper arm stud. This particular model also has a washer hose. We're going to remove that. The rear view mirror will have a set screw that you'll want to loosen up. The mirror will just slide up out of place. And the 848 has an internal radio antenna in the glass. Now that has an attachment that is located at the base in the center, and it's basically just a snap fit. Peel back the rubber guard and just snaps off the windshield. Alright, now we're going to remove the lock strip. We're going to get behind the locking clip, which is in the center, using our hook tool. Pulling that out, and Jeff will remove the clip along with the locking strip. Just pulling that out of the groove all the way around the windshield. Now what Jeff is going to do is he's going to remove this lip, exposing the edge of the glass.
So let's press down and then simply run the blade against the glass. And it exposes the edge of the glass here.
Jeff is going to insert the hook tool tip in between the gasket on the inside, releasing that from the glass to ready removal of the windshield. Continue up, Jeff. That's breaking that inner seal. Now as you can see, on the lip is cut off, the windshield is loose now. We'll be able to pull that right out. Now that's for gasket replacement. If you were saving the gasket, what we're doing is we're just using the hook tool to pull that lip away from the glass, not cutting it. Now the exterior lip is broke loose. Jeff has gone and also broken loose the interior seal. Now what we are going to do is pull this lip back and remove the glass from the gasket. Now you can see Jeff is using flat hands, nice, even, steady pressure, and I'm just pulling back the lip to release the glass from the gasket. We've now installed the glass handles, and we will remove the windshield from the truck. I'll hand it over your way, Jeff. In replacing the gasket now, once the glass is out, just grab a hold of the gasket and pull it off the body. Kind of tucked under the dash a little bit. Now at this point, you want to take one of your chisel sticks and remove the old sealant and get yourself a nice clean surface so you can replace the sealer.
Okay, we are doing a dry install for demonstration purposes, so we're not following the Agra standard right now. What we need to do is slip this over the pinch weld. There's the gap right there. And Greg's going to show you how to center it.
Using this vulcanized seam on the gasket, if you have the 848, it has the radio antenna, and you just want to line the two up.
And the reason we're putting the seam down in the center is for aesthetical purposes. You don't want the seam in the corner or up on top. You want to hide it the best you can. And this is an install that you need to put on the body first. If you put it on the glass, the gasket's going to look way too big and it's going to fall off the glass actually. Okay, as you can see, we're finishing up putting the gasket on. When you get to this point, if you have a bubble here or too much material, or what appears to be too much material, you need to work it back. Our part matches the OEM part. This will fit, so you'll need to pull off some of it more than likely to start working it back.
The technique for working it back is you want to push the material back where it's seated, kind of feeding it.
And some of the common areas where you're going to have to push it back a lot is the corners, to really push it back on itself. All right, there you go. You see that we've worked out all what appeared to be the excess material, and we are ready to put the glass in. Okay, we're working here with the WCR 848. We have it in. We worked out all the kinks, and now we're ready to put the glass in. Kind of see we spray a little glass cleaner to lube up the gasket a little bit. Ready to cut the glass here.
What we'll do is we'll set the bottom of the windshield into the glass groove. Lay back, and we'll start installing one corner.
Greg, why don't you just kind of give him some tips on what you're doing over there?
We'll be pulling the slip out from underneath the windshield, trying not to come in contact with the glass and possibly chip the edge. Again, a technique on that is holding the tool down at a gradual angle and pulling out to the outside of the vehicle. Now with the other hand, I'm keeping slight pressure on the windshield so it sets down inside the gasket.
And one thing you'll want to note as he works down by the corner there, that it looks like the gasket is not going to fit the body correctly. But once we put the lock strip into the groove, it's going to force that gasket back down to where it's supposed to be.
Now we're going to be inserting the chrome locking strip, and we're going to start in the center of the windshield again. We're going to start the insertion tool first and then feed the chrome locking strip in, kind of holding the locking strip in place and moving the tool because we want to insert the strip into the gasket. Now what may happen that would cause restriction is bunching on this side of the gasket as you're moving the tool forward. Now as you start this process, you may want to stop just to make sure that you have good seating of that chrome locking strip into the gasket itself.
And as you can see, we did spray some glass cleaner onto the gasket just to help the tool slide through and not bind up as much.
Now as you can see, we ran into an area here where the the locking strip is not seated. We can come back and tend to that area later on after it's all done. I'm going to work around the corner, and I shimmy the tool back and forth to help me go around the radius to open up that channel to accept this locking strip. Okay, now we're nearing the end of installation of the locking strip, and it's designed to be longer than you need. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim it flush with the other one so they butt up together as close as you can. And we have this center locking clip that'll sit over the top of them, and what we're going to do we're going to slip it on one end, join the two together, so take a little finesse to connect the two. You can see better from your side. Okay, and then we'll slide it over the end of the other one. Then what you want to do is you want to insert the bottom edge of that locking strip, and we'll come along with this tool.
What Greg's doing here is opening up the channel where the lock strip goes by pulling up away from the lock strip on this upper lip right here, causing it to open up, and then he can push with his other hand to seat into the gasket, the chrome lock strip.
On the bottom, you want to do the same thing by running this tool along that strip, pushing it down inside the groove. Okay, what we'll do to repair this section, to get the locking strip in the gasket, we'll simply take the tool, go underneath the locking strip, and pull that part out, and just kind of work it up, and setting that locking strip down inside the groove. And we'll illustrate it one more time over here. This is a section where both sides are out, behind the strip. Pull it up, work your way backwards. Bring that strip around the locking strips inserted into the gasket.
Okay, now we got the glass in, reattach the antenna and the mirror. So the antenna, basically the reverse order. You have the button that's on the windshield here. Just push it down and snap it on. And then for the mirror, you want to slide over the button and take your screwdriver and tighten down the set screw, and then adjust it to where you need it. Okay, one last thing here to do is to put the wiper blade back on, making sure that you just hook up your windshield wiper hose, otherwise you're going to spray washer fluid everywhere. Okay, we finished the installation of the WCR 848. If you have any questions, please contact us via the phone number or social media. Also, remember to order the precision part from your local retailer.